Hello and welcome to the Successful Garden Design Show. And in this episode we're going to do a quick sketch challenge where I work on a viewer's garden and come up with as many design ideas as I can in 10 minutes or less. If you're frustrated your garden doesn't look as beautiful as it could, even though you've purchased lots of lovely plants, then help is at hand. Plants are not enough. You have to have a good design layout. And when you combine design with the beauty of plants, that's when the magic really happens. It's our mission here at Successful Garden Design to show you how to do it, and it's much easier than you may think. I'm Rachel Mathews and I've been a professional international garden designer for over 25 years, and I teach garden design online. So this is Larissa's garden, and she is in Gloucestershire on the border with Wales, so halfway between Gloucester and Cardiff. Now she's got an existing deck in place, a shed, and this big retaining wall here cuts right the way across the garden, and it takes away 2 metres of the garden, and an existing pond. Now, as this is going to be a garden makeover rather than a full-scale design. Now, she's already said she likes curved shapes, so I'm going to come up with as many ideas as I can in 10 minutes or less. So let's now start the timer. Okay, so I'm just going to start drawing shapes. As you can see, it's going to be very, very rough and ready. And if you notice, I'm just ignoring actually what's there now. Now the idea is to make the garden look longer, because as we're losing so much garden with this really large retaining wall here. So yeah, this would be, we'd have a few plants and then basically some big boulders and gravel around it. Therefore we'd need a stepping stone path of some description. So going through all that to there, and of course we also need to get to this shed here, and Larissa mentioned having another seating area up here, so I need to have to think whether we also do something here, because the fact she's put it on her plan must mean she's put some thought in and that would be a good location. So if we get our sort of stepping stones through here, and then we still need to link these two lawns. So whether we do something, whether we accentuate the shape of this deck, because I can always move these ovals over. What I want to be a little bit careful of doing is cutting this off from the garden. I want you to be able to get a sense of as much space as possible. And also I do want these ovals in. So I might just take that out and see how it looks again without it. Okay, so I've spent another few minutes playing and tidying it up a bit. So I've put in an oval lawn here, and in the end I went for a circular lawn here. Now if we compare it to Larissa's original design, we're not a million miles away from one another. She'd got the curved shape, or the beginnings of it here, and another one here. So we're kind of on a similar design ideas, so she was really close with what she'd got in mind, but it's getting that definition and having a definite shape in. And also what I think is important is that this comes through to the deck here, the existing deck, so that from the lounge you're looking straight the way through, and we've got the swing seat in the corner, and that oval lawn is going to make this area look bigger. When you're in the lounge it'll look a lot longer, and it'll look like this area you've got your own garden there. So this border at the back is very dominant, so that's why I've taken the lawn edge almost to the wall here, because we've got such a big bulk of planting at the back. It means we can take the lawn edge much further than you would normally in a garden. So around the pond I've just put a circle of gravel and cobbles, so that because the pond is a bit of an irregular shape, your eye will take on board the bigger shape of the circle. So linking the two areas together of lawn could be either gravel or this could be grass. So we've got a view out from the deck and from these double kitchen doors here. So I'm now going to see if I can do something cunning with the camera. And if we bob down a bit, we can get a feel of the garden from if you were inside the house. You can see the effect that circle has, and just that little bite into the lawn that goes round the shed. And then if we come across from the deck here, you can see how that circle round the pond links the two lawns together. And then when we come over to this side, you can see how that oval shape draws the eye down to the end there and makes that whole area look much, much bigger. Now, I've put in a brick edge around the lawns because, one, that will keep the shape, so you're never going to have to worry about edging your lawn and losing that shape, and also it allows room for the planting to spill over. And it's especially as you like more traditional styles of garden. Some clay brick pavers will look really good with the planting spilling over, and that will have that traditional feel. You don't have to have the brick edging. It's good. It looks good, and it makes life more practical and easy. So that's why I've put it in. But if budget doesn't allow, just having your lawn that shape will make the world of difference. So I've relocated the stepping stones that you've got, and I've put them in a curve to go round to the shed, and then we've just put in this little curve just to because the shed juts out. Now you could actually turn the shed round either that way or that way and have access to it here, but assuming you're leaving it where it is, just putting sort of a brick edge around there or a curved shape with some planting will just help screen that shed a bit. And then you've got the stepping stones going through for access from here. So obviously this needs a lot more time spent on it, but I hope that gives you a good idea of what you can do with your garden. So there you go, that's our quick sketch challenge over with for this time. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can design your garden quickly and easily, then head on over to successfulgardendesign.com/free classes, and you can attend one of our online classes for either long gardens or wide, square and awkward shaped gardens. So that's successfulgardendesign.com/free classes. Now, did you get the question right that I asked in the last episode? And that was, what was making the design that we looked at modern and not traditional? The answer is materials and how you use them. So we've used the pergola, if we have the pergola as our example, and if I very quickly draw. Okay, so that's our pergola. Now, because the ends are cut off and it's very square, it's looking very, very modern. But if we were to have a scrolled end to it, suddenly you've got a much more traditional style of pergola. And then there'd be various other versions of that going on, da-da-da. So the more fancy you have things, more intricate, the more traditional it looks. The more squared off and clean lines, the more modern it's going to look. And also, if the paving materials, if we had used reclaimed York stone, and instead of this being the dark black slab round the edge, imagine this entire patio in a combination of York stone that's been reclaimed, so it's old and weathered, and then we'd got traditional clay pavers around the lawn edge, and then this pergola had the fancier ends on them. Then this garden would look completely different. It would look very traditional, and take that wall out of there and this pond could just be a brick pond with some fish in and maybe a little fountain or something, and hey presto, you have a very traditional garden. So it was purely the materials we used and how we used them that have made this design very modern. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed the show today. Now, I'd be really grateful if you could help me spread the word about the importance of garden design and share this episode with people you know on Facebook and just tell everyone. And it would be really helpful as well if you could leave a review on iTunes and a thumbs up on YouTube and a comment, and let me know what you'd like to see in future episodes. Now, in the next episode, we're going to go a little bit deeper into what makes a modern garden style look modern and contemporary. Now, we've already covered how important the materials are and the effect that that can have on your design. So next week, we're going to look at design shapes, and I'll show you the behind-the-scenes tricks that will make your garden look and feel a lot more modern. So until next time, take care, and I look forward to seeing you soon. And you can download